In this video, we're breaking down how to be a better libero. Let's get right into it. If you are playing the libero position, you have to be really good at two basic things: receive and defense. In this video, we're covering defense, and how we're going to do that is look at one of our libero, Darvin Guan's play from last year, and break down about 20 plays on some of his defensive moves. So hopefully you can pick up on some movement patterns, some dig styles, and some creative touches that he got last year in order to help your defensive game and improve as a libero. So let's dive right into some of Darvin's film. All right, first ball here, playing against Stevenson. We have a front row setter for Stevenson, which means they don't have a front row right side attacker. All they have is a D ball here, and they set the D ball, and Darvin's gonna set up in a great position here. Good base, foot on the line, so he knows anything to his left shoulder is out. And he makes a great move, just trying to get his hands on this ball, resulting in a quality dig here, extending the rally even further. Those loose, open hands, even if they're not connected, are what we're teaching to get more touches because the ball comes so quickly. If he tries to get his platform on this, that ball could be shanking over his head. But just getting open hands and facing back into the court gets a quality touch on this ball. Next play here in our match against MIT, we have a one-on-one option on the pin, Diego against their outside, which leaves a lot of court for Darvin to cover, but he does a great job of getting his feet stopped on contact and just having a nice open base. And he's able to scoop this one up with one hand, leads to a set and extending the rally. All right, next match, this was against Concordia, Wisconsin, and this type of play was one of Darvin's specialties on the year. And he's sort of low tip that you could use a pancake on, but he would kind of reach open hand, palm up, and slap at the ball. And this gets a little bit more height on that ball, so you can set the second contact here. And we get kind of just a mediocre down ball over, but look at how much ground Darvin's able to cover, because he can use his full reach to extend and flip up and get that ball. Pancake will work here, but I like that flip up just for a good contact on the ball, making sure there's no doubt that it hit the floor or not when it comes out of the air. All right, sticking with this Concordia match, another really good dig here on another D ball. Notice how he's super deep in the court, finds good spacing, and again, just scoops, open hands, independent arms, lets the ball do the work, trusts his hands, and gets a really quality dig that turns into a decent attack here. Steady feet, open platform, lets the hands do the work, and that ball's gonna go up when it's coming that quickly. Next play here, digging down the line is especially tough, but it really is on a lefty. It has a lot of range because that ball looks like it's coming down the line and sometimes it's going out of bounds. That's why it's really good and important to set up with your foot on the line, so anything that comes across your left shoulder, you know is out, if it's a righty or a lefty. This ball comes in with a lot of velocity, and Darvin just sticks to what he knows best. Hands out, scooping that ball up, gets a 3-option pass, and we're able to set and put away for the deep kill shot in the corner. But this is just textbook, trusting your hands, trusting your ability, and scooping that ball up. This is our match against Roanoke, and kind of a scramble play here. They get a free ball over, one-on-one in the middle, and when that happens, you know, as a libero, you got a lot of range to cover. Darvin stays wide and just reaches open hand at this ball and gets a good dig to kill here. But that's what brings in the creativity of the libero position. It's not always going to be two-handed digs. Sometimes you got to be opened above your head whatever kind of contact you can make on the ball that's going to get it up and towards your players is going to be what you want to do. And another rally in this Roanoke game here. You got a ball to the pin. Darvin steps in to close off space because this attacker's so far off the net. And just again, finding a way to get a contact on that ball, even if it's not two arms, one arm will work fine. Gets a quality dig and extends the rally even further. Great job there. Our next clip here, we have a little cut shot over the triple block. Usually when you have that triple block, as a libero, you want to be ready to move, because oftentimes attackers are going to want to go outside that third block's hand, over the block, a lot of different ways, and there's a lot more court to cover. Darvin recognizes that, finds himself in the middle of the court, plays this ball quickly and gets out of the way so Devin can run a bick and finish off this rally here. But being efficient with your time and your space right here, as he just pops the ball up and gets out of there, it's a good move. Really good defensive move. We have another transition play here, another triple block, and this time you see that other shot. The short shot around the triple block that a lot of guys don't have the range to cover this, but going back to that kind of open hand, palm up flip shot, Darvin's able to reach and put this ball back in play and extend the rally. We end up winning this point because of Darvin's range and his ability to use that open hand and be creative. One of the really hard parts about defense is playing balls off the block, and Darvin does a great job. Still in the same game against Teal, we get a double block in the middle, the ball goes off Esteban's outside hand and it's falling into the court, and Darvin uses his full range by extending with his right arm and then spinning onto his back. Just a really clean play. He has good range, he's within his body, and makes a good play on it where Diego can set this ball. Just makes a clean play on the ball. We're able to get it up and get a look at it and extend the rally. In this clip against Lancaster Bible, we see an overpass, which is not something you want to see, followed by the perfect execution of an overpass scoop. So when you overpass the ball, you see Darvin's feet are down, his hands are in front of him, and he just uses those hands and turns them back into the court to get that ball up. It's all you can ask for defensively. Seeing the attacker's body line when they're hitting an over ball and turning those hands in, staying super low. Really good job here. All right, next play. This is against Stevens. Another line dig here. They have a lefty setter who's able to turn his body about 5-6 feet into the court and go back down the line. And this is just really good reaction by Darvin. He's where he needs to be, his hands are out in front of him, and then just uses his body to do the work and leads to a point. Big play. All right, talking about creativity, still in the Stevens match here, we see another triple block. So as a libero, you have to cover that zone 4 shot or in the center of the court over the block. Darvin split steps here and is able to sprawl out, left hand this time, and we're able to extend the rally. It's not always pretty, it's not always how you want it to be, but as long as you get a positive touch on the ball going back towards your teammates, that's what we want. One more here from the Stevens rally, from the Stevens match. We got a little scramble play, and Stevens middle just pops this ball over, and you can see Darvin's range covering the center of the court, sprawling out, bending that elbow in, turning the hand up, and popping that ball. It's something we practice a lot, is one arm defensively. How well can you defend with one arm and scoop? And he scoops and turns and gets back up to get out of Johnny's way, and he hammers this ball into the tape, but still a good dig here from Darvin. Same gym here, different team, Misericordia, and this is another line dig. This was Darvin's specialty all season, digging balls down the line, and it's basically because he's not afraid. He's not afraid of the ball. This ball, you see it comes in with good velocity, comes in high, and he just uses his chest, he uses his body to pop it up. He's again in good position and hands in front of him, and just trusts himself, trusts his body positioning, and we're able to extend the rally. Keep going. Next match against Riviere. and this is just good independent arm scooping. Ball coming in with some pace, and the more you can have this on a just smooth motion defensively, scooping the ball, the more you can trust that as libero, the more digs you're gonna get. So, another quality dig here. Really good move here in this match against UC Santa Cruz. You see a pretty good shoot with a one-on-one, leaving a lot of real estate for the outside. Darvin sticks in his line, trusts himself, and pops this ball up where it doesn't even stay on our side of the court, but that's still a quality dig for a ball coming that quickly. You can see Esteban with the thumbs up. And yeah, you can't ask for better defense than this. Trust yourself, trust the hands. Darvin does it better than anyone. This match was against Cal Lutheran, the national champions this year in D3. They're powerhouse right side hitter, hitting a D ball here. Little tip and trick. If you stay a little bit deeper on back row tacks, typically that ball comes a little deeper in the court, so it's a little bit easier to find that ball within your platform. Darvin does that here. Again, independent arms, pops it up, good dig. Keep going. This is, I think, Darvin's best play of the season. It doesn't get any better from the libero position than stuff like this. We have a good rally here. Starts with the perfect 3 pass from Darvin. Goes to Diego. They get a scoop dig. Decent set and a good power tip outside of the double block. And Darvin pops this ball up on their side, so not ideal overpass, but he resets, keeps his hands in front, and scoops again on a pretty miraculous dig. Now Diego flies his ball out of bounds, but 2 pretty decent digs, giving yourself a chance to extend the rally, giving yourself a chance to get a set on the ball is a really good play there, and just never giving up on a play, even if it's an overpass. Keep going. It's huge stuff. That wraps it up for defensive moves. You can see a lot of independent arms like I was talking about. That's really just not being afraid to dig the ball with your arms not together, so separate. You saw some stabs, so just being fluid with contacting the ball above your head. If it's coming at your face or coming outside of your body line, you have to reach for the ball, trying to scoop and turn instead of just laying out for the ball to get your full range into everything that you have to cover as a libero. So many different creative ways to play defense, but Darvin did a great job of just trusting himself, trusting his instincts, and making plays on balls to help us get a point out of a tough rally. So hope this helps your defensive game. Hope this makes you think a little bit more about how to be creative as a libero. And thanks for tuning in as always, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.